What's up, everybody? Icy here, and welcome to our final NBA preseason video. This one is for October 17th, 6-game slate. I'm not going to do what I usually do and cover every game extensively. I'm just going to go through each position and talk about some of my favorite plays based on the matchup, minutes projections, and their price. Before I do so, I just want to quickly recap my night from last night, currently still in progress. My GPPs are doing really well. I ended up with a lot of Levine, Bazemore, Giannis, Herzonia, Butler, Towns, Myers, Leonard, and Jonathan Isaac were the two guys I was really alternating here and there. But yeah, so far so good for me. My night's doing really well. I have Labassiere, Herzonia, Bazemore still with the quarter to go. I hope to get good run here. My head-to-head's also doing really well. I ended up, unfortunately, going with Satoransky and Jeff Teague here, who both kind of sucked it up. But it looks like I might be able to squeeze a win here. There is this whole game left to play. Doncic should be fairly high owned. Porzingis should be fairly high owned. But I'm hoping Herzonia just keeps this up at this low ownership and really just locks it up for me. Teague didn't really kill me. Neither did Satoransky because they were both around 5K. But they didn't hit 4X even. But Giannis killed it. Butler killed it today. Why didn't people pick Butler, man? He was so cheap. Like, what the hell did you guys think? Orlando said they were gonna play their guys' starter minutes. It was gonna be a competitive atmosphere. What made people think Jimmy Butler wasn't gonna go out there and have a good game at 5,300? He really needed 25 Draftkings points to get 5X at that price. And people didn't think he was gonna go and do that. Come on, man. Jeff Teague let me down. Really let me down. But, I mean, the Timberwolves in general don't really do well against the Milwaukee Bucks. I was just riding the wave from the last game, and I was just hoping Murray and them wouldn't see that much minutes since it's a meaningless game for them. They already know what Portland's all about. They just saw each other 6 times in the postseason. They saw each other 4 times in the previous season. Portland hasn't really changed much. Neither has Denver. They've added a piece or two here and there. Essentially the same team, same strategy, same thing they do. So I wasn't too high on any of the Denver players today, but I was really high on the Portland players. As you can see, Herzonia with another assist. If you guys listened to my video, I was really high on Bazemore, Herzonia, Labassiere. I know what these guys can do in limited minutes, and they're doing just that. So hopefully I can be spot on with my calls again. So far in this preseason, I've been very profitable. I started with $7. I'm currently at like $450. I don't know how much I'm going to win today, but I'm anticipating another $100 there. So it's a pretty great rake for me in such a short amount of time. I've got to say I really enjoyed preseason, all the late news, last second scratches, really following the young players, the new players in the leagues, the rookies. It's been great, and I'm really glad that I'm going to be able to take this knowledge into the regular season. I've never really followed a preseason as extensively as I've done this preseason, so I'm really excited for the regular season to start. With that said, you guys are really here for my takes, so I'm just going to go through each position now. James Harden at 10K, man, automatic lock. Houston has yet to really play a proper game. They've been turning the ball over a lot. Russell Westbrook's been getting into foul trouble. These guys really need to figure it out quick, or the media is going to turn on them quickly. They're going to become the laughing stock, and things could spiral quickly out of hand. James Harden is someone that's been consistently playing a lot of minutes. I know Miami here is probably going to end up resting a lot of its starter players. I'm pretty sure they will. Butler, Winslow, Dragic, Bam's played the whole preseason, so I'm expecting these guys to not really see the court all that much. They'll probably play like a half maybe, but they won't see the second half. It'll be somewhat what happened with the Atlanta Hawks today, where the players played like the first half and then they got benched for the second half. So I could see that for the Miami Heat, but the Houston Rockets are going to go out there and just compete and try and get their stuff figured out. So James Harden is definitely in lock for me. LeBron James isn't playing. Steph Curry is probably playing, but I don't know how much they really want to play Steph Curry against a depleted Lakers team. Not much in my opinion. We know what Steph Curry is about, and I don't think they really want to risk Steph Curry here. Kyrie Irving is going to be back. It's going to be his first preseason game. I don't know how much minutes he plays here. I'm not really... it says here he's going to play significant minutes against the Raptors. So if that's the case, at 8,200, he'd be in play for me. However, I'd much rather go to Westbrook or Ben Simmons if he's playing. These guys, Westbrook in particular, is coming off of a really shitty stinker game. He blew it. He got 3 fouls in 2 minutes, the first 2 minutes of the game, and he got picked up his 4th and 5th pretty fast. So he was playing with a muzzle on the whole game. It was rather unfortunate, but it happens, and he's in a prime spot to pick it up. Westbrook's not the type of guy to have like 2 bad games like that. So against probably a young Miami team with Tyler Hero and Kendrick Nunn and all that, I like Westbrook and Harden here. I'm probably going to be stacking both of these guys, to be honest, in a lot of lineups again. I just like both of these guys' upsides. They do everything, and they're going to be seeing a lot of minutes. And the matchup is going to be good, too. They're going to be against a bunch of young rookies. And I know these guys are going to be playing because they have to figure their shit out. They've been playing really poorly so far, and they're not going to get much opportunity between now and the start of the season to get any meaningful games. They're only going to be able to play against their backups and third-string players in practice. So this is another game against decent NBA opposition and really a chance for them to get their stuff straightened out. So Westbrook and Harden are 2 guys I'm really high on, guys, or I'm going to be playing them a lot. Aside from that, Ben Simmons at 7,900. Again, Westbrook I'm really high on, so I'm probably going there, but he's someone I'd consider. Philly tends to play their starters a lot of minutes in preseason, and with the preseason winding down, look for them to iron their roster and rotations and all that stuff out as well. Ben Simmons, Horford, and James Ennis got rested last game, so it's a final opportunity for all these guys to line up together. However, there is a high chance that Embiid, Tobias Harris, and Josh Richardson end up getting benched for this game, in which case I like Ben Simmons even more. His usage is definitely going to be there. Drew Holiday against New York I like, but 7,800 is a little bit too steep for me. D'Angelo Russell against the depleted Lakers team, it's an opportunity for Steph Curry and Russell to play it together, but I don't know how many minutes they get, and I don't know how hard. I know these guys want to get their stuff figured out too, because Golden State's been having a horrible preseason so far. And like all these other teams, it's their last chance to get stuff figured out. 7,100 though, I'd much rather go with Lonzo Ball or even RJ Barrett for that matter, or Karis LeVert, man. Like, there's a lot of plays here. But yeah, D'Angelo Russell could definitely see some run, but again, some other players here I'd much rather go to. Kyle Lowry is going to be back for his first game maybe of the preseason. He isn't listed on the injury report anymore, and he was a full participant in practice. He said that he was going to look to be a key scoring component to this Raptors team now that Kawhi Leonard's gone. Really try to help Pascal Siakam fill that void. So Lowry here at 6,200, someone that could easily go off. He does get a lot of assists. He's someone that fights for rebounds, and if Kyle Lowry gets hot, he can get hot. So I like Kyle Lowry a lot at 6,200 if he's going to play significant minutes here. Lonzo Ball is someone that should be in line to see a lot of minutes as well. The matchup is fantastic here against a New York team that plays with a lot of pace. Josh Richardson I'd consider at this price if he's going to be seeing starter minutes. However, there's other guys I'd go to, like even RJ Barrett and Lonzo I'd rate higher than Josh Richardson just based on the amount of volume and upside. RJ Barrett has been seeing a lot of minutes, and he should continue to see that. 6,000 is very cheap for him in my opinion with the amount of volume and usage he's getting, so he's someone I definitely consider. Alfred Payton not so much. Karis LeVert, man, Karis LeVert's probably Brooklyn's best player. People are going to say Kyrie and stuff, but it's Karis LeVert, man. This guy has just been better and better every single year. You guys will see tomorrow. 5,400 is very cheap for Karis LeVert against the Toronto Raptors team. He's definitely someone that's in play. He usually does good against the Raptors too. Actually, no, he doesn't. What am I saying? But he did see Kawhi, in all fairness, and they were injured, and they were missing a lot of guys. So there's that. But man, don't look at I tend to say I don't look at the previous game histories all that much, and I don't. But Karis LeVert, man, 5,400. He's seeing a lot of usage in this team. He's someone that's definitely in play for me. DeJounte Murray, Van Vliet, both of these guys are in play for me. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, one of the MVPs of the offseason, someone that has won people a lot of money that have been high on him. to start the season. He is someone at 5,300. I don't know how much I would like him. He is someone that's like one of the first guys off the bench. He's performing really well, but Van Vliet, DeJounte Murray, these guys should be seeing a lot more minutes than him. Karis LeVert as well. So I'd much rather go here than Nickeil Alexander-Walker. But as a GPP play, sure, I'd consider him. Tyus Jones, I don't know how much minutes he sees with John Morant coming back. John Morant at 4,500 is very cheap. Dinwiddie at 4,400 is very cheap. They should be running Kyrie, Dinwiddie, and Karis LeVert, so that's a good backcourt. The price is great, so I like that. Kendrick Nunn should be seeing a lot of minutes with all the starters expected to rest. So he's someone I would consider as well. I consider him a lot. He's been low-key under the radar, and he should be good. Dennis Smith had an extremely bad game last game against New Orleans. I don't expect that to really change going up against Jrue Holiday and Lonzo Ball's defense, but it is DFS. Anything can happen, but I'm not too keen on Dennis Smith Jr. tomorrow. I won't be playing him that much. Bryn Forbes, if anybody else is out for rest purposes for the San Antonio Spurs, because we don't know with Pop what he's thinking, what he's going to do. If anybody's being rested, Bryn Forbes, someone that stepped in whenever called upon, and he's been very consistent, very good. And I like what I've seen from him in the last 2 games in particular. He plays with real confidence. So he's someone I'd consider too. Aside from that, I'm not too keen on anybody else. Maybe Grayson Allen here. If his shot starts falling, he could easily get it done for you, but hasn't in the last few games. Moving on to the shooting guard spots. Again, James Harden's a lock. Bradley Beal's high consideration for me. Jrue Holiday, at this price, I don't know. I'd rather go with some other guys. I might pay down even. I like RJ Barrett. I don't think Butler plays that much. Tyler Hero should be seeing extended minutes here. And if he gets hot, he can definitely just kill the slate. Westbrook and Harden are going to get a lot of turnovers. They're going to mess up their passes a lot. They're going to miss a lot of shots. There's going to be a lot of second chance opportunities or additional opportunities for this young Miami Heat side. Don't get it twisted. The Heat are going to do the exact same thing because it's a young team that's most likely going to line up here. So Tyler Hero is going to be in line to see extended minutes. 5,300 is not that bad. If he gets hot with this 3-point shot, definitely could get it done for you. But again, Van Vliet should be seeing the safer amount of minutes. We know Van Vliet. We know what he's all about. He's the safe commodity. I could very well consider him. RJ Barrett's going to be seeing a lot more minutes. So there's that. Terrence Davis is really fighting for a roster spot on the Raptors. Nick Nurse was very blunt about his assessment of the new additions of the Raptors. He's not happy with Stanley Johnson and Rondae Hollis-Jefferson's commitment to defense so far. There are 2 roster spots open on the Raptors. Terrence Davis has his roster spot locked, but anything can happen. Look for him to go out there and really put in a strong performance, in my opinion. At 4,800, though, I'd much rather go to Dinwiddie. I'm just being honest. Like, Dinwiddie is someone that's going to go out there and play a lot of minutes. They're going to need him this season, and they haven't really had a good opportunity against good opposition so far. They've been overseas a lot, so they're going up against the defending champions, bar Kawhi and Danny Green, but it's a good spot and good opportunity for them to get a good run before the season kicks off. Toronto, I don't know how much they're going to give their starters a run. It said Kyle Lowry is expected to see a lot of minutes, but the Raptors are 3 days away from the season opener, as is New Orleans. So there's things to consider here where they might not give their guys a full run with the season just around the corner, them being the first games played. So we got to take that into consideration. But the Brooklyn Nets, on the other hand, are in line to see a good amount of minutes, a good amount of runs. So I like the guys in the Nets more than I do on the Raptors for sure. Aside from that, there's some players here you can consider, but I would stay away. In all honesty, I would just pick someone in a little bit higher than this 4,000 range. Dinwiddie would be the last guy I'd probably go to. In all honesty, I feel really comfortable going with Dinwiddie than even some of these other guys. Norman Powell can get it done if he gets hot, but he's very scoring dependent. Yeah, Dinwiddie's probably my favorite guy at the bottom here, and then I'd probably go with someone in the middle. Hero, Barrett, Van Vliet even, and then paying up Harden for sure and Beal. Small forward, Ben Simmons if he's playing for sure. DeMar DeRozan should be playing. It's his last chance to get some run in here. I don't know how much Pop really plays DeMar DeRozan. So I'd keep an eye on the news. He was rested last game, and he's going up against a pretty useless Memphis Grizzlies team. So not much point in playing your guys extended minutes here. If they do play minutes, it's reduced. Tobias Harris, I have a feeling he's going to be rested alongside Embiid, but if he's not, he's someone I'd consider. If he is rested, I'm just really high on Ben Simmons. He should see a lot more usage. Karis LeVert at 5,400 is very cheap. Brandon Ingram's in a great matchup with the Knicks here, so 5,400, I definitely consider him. Marcus Morris has also been doing really well so far in this preseason. He's been playing a lot of minutes, and he's been really leading by example, with the exception of that first game where he almost took out that guy, ended his career. Dylan Brooks was a real stud of the night the other night, 3.3% owned. Not many people were on him. However, we had a lot of people missing from that game, which really gave him more usage. On top of that, Grayson Allen's shot wasn't falling at all. So Dylan Brooks, someone that's very scoring dependent, but he does have some other upsides at times. Tomorrow at this price, I'm not too sure I would go with him, but someone I'd consider for sure. Taurean Prince is a guy at 4,400 you should definitely consider. He's probably the starting power forward for this Brooklyn's net team for some time. Definitely can get it done. Was one of the standout players on the Atlanta Hawks last year. Someone I was really fond of. So he's someone that could get it done in limited time. Who else do we got? We got anybody else here? Taurean Prince. Kevin Knox, not too much. There's too much people fighting for minutes here and fighting for a spot here. So the minutes at this spot are pretty construed. Not safe. I don't feel safe playing Kevin Knox. Davis Bertans, as I said earlier, is someone that's in consideration. He's been having a quietly good preseason for the Washington Wizards. They're going to need his size, shooting ability against the 76ers, and especially if 76ers are resting players, I just like his spot even more. Jay Crowder is someone that could get it done. He's a real grit and grind player, in your face. GPP play for me. DeMarre Carroll has yet to really have a good game under his belt in this preseason. I don't think they really overused DeMarre Carroll here against Memphis. Josh Jackson is not in this league right now. Jordan Poole might see an extended run here for the last time. I don't know how much though, but with the Lakers expected to rest a lot of their guys, keep an eye on the news there. Maybe the Warriors follow suit. But I think the Warriors actually give Steph Curry and D'Lo another opportunity to play together. So Jordan Poole's shot opportunities would be really limited in that regard. But if Steph Curry and D'Lo are missing, then Jordan Poole is someone I'd highly consider. Eric Gordon I consider at 4,200. He's going to be coming off the bench to provide a spark. Coach said that he's going to be coming off the bench, but he's going to be finishing games in most situations. So Eric Gordon's still a key component to this Warriors offense. So definitely he's in consideration for me at 4,200. He's very cheap. He could easily go off like he did the other night. He was the top scorer for a while, with the exception of Harden. Eric Pascal, same shit. If some of these guys on the Warriors are not starting or being rested, then he's also in play. He's seeing a lot of minutes. He didn't have a good game last game, but he could turn that around quickly. I've been high on Kenrich Williams, but it's painfully apparent he's not really a big part of this rotation. Zion Williamson is going to be rested. With that in mind, Kenrich Williams is someone I will be considering, knowing that Derek Favors is a vet and he's of age, and I don't know how much they really want to go with Derek Favors here. Melly or Williams would definitely be the two guys I'm looking at to replace Williamson here in the lineup. Both of them have been very productive. Melly has been super productive and under the radar, unknown commodity to me, at least when the preseason started. He was coming off of a good FIBA basketball tour, but he's been really good in preseason so far, a real surprise, and he's going to be playing against the New York Knicks team, so he's going to be in a good matchup opportunity there. With Williamson out, there should be a lot more of a scoring opportunity for the remaining starters. Again, I already said this, but Lonzo Ball is someone that's definitely in play for me tomorrow. But I would also look at people like Melly, Derek Favors, Kenrich Williams. Derek Favors at 4,300. If he's going to see 25 minutes with no Zion Williamson, I don't mind that. That's a pretty safe bet, especially in head-to-heads. In GPPs, Melly and Williams would probably have a lot more upside. Melly in particular, he's been doing really well, and he does a lot more than just shoot the ball. Ingram could see a lot more of an upside with Zion gone. He could also be shooting the ball more, so he has a lot more upside at this price. He's pretty cheap in that regard. So he's someone definitely in the power forward position that we would consider. But power forwards, Siakam definitely at play. Again, with the regular season around the corner, you definitely want to pay attention to the news and see how much they're going to be playing him. Aldridge, I don't think is going to see all that many minutes against a shitty Memphis team. Randall at 6,700. He's in play. There's not many other options here. Siakam being the other real option here, so pay up option. So Randall's definitely in consideration. Tobias Harris, I have a feeling gets rested tomorrow, but if he doesn't, sure, he's in consideration. They finally raised Jaren Jackson's price at 5,900 with this foul history going up against the San Antonio Spurs. I don't know how keen I am to play that. I'd much rather go to Thomas Bryant any day of the week, and that's pretty much what I will be doing. Draymond Green's been terrible with the shooting in preseason. This is his last chance to fix that and get it together. I think Steve Kerr gives them an opportunity here with AD and LeBron sitting. Green has a good chance to go up against second string or Howard and McGee for that matter. They're not second string, but they're not, it's not full strength Lakers team. So Green will have an easier chance to score. But yeah, I'd much rather go to Thomas Bryant here. Even Bobby Portis is someone I would consider. Brandon Ingram, Melly, as I said. Chris Boucher. Now, he's a tricky one. If the Raptors want to consider this a dress rehearsal, then I don't expect Chris Boucher to get that many minutes. If they don't expect this to be a dress rehearsal and they're going to play their guys, some of their guys extended minutes, but some of their guys are going to see reduced minutes, then Chris Boucher is in line for me in GPPs. He's someone that could get it done easily. But Serge Ibaka, 4,500 is pretty cheap too. I don't know how much minutes they really want to play Serge. Caboclo, I'm not really too keen on. Mo Wagner, I would definitely play. Taurean Prince, I would definitely play. Jared Allen, I would definitely play at 4,400 for sure. Jared Allen would be in play. Kelly Olynyk should see extended minutes here with them resting their starters most likely. He did play today. It was his first game after a long time, so maybe he gets a little bit of more run tomorrow or tonight. So Kelly Olynyk would be in play for me. Davis Bertans is someone I'd be looking at. Mars Leonard could see more usage with some of the starters sitting if he's still going to be playing. Jay Crowder, I don't mind, but there's safer plays here than Jay Crowder. And yeah, Kenrich Williams I'd consider with Zion out. Kenrich Williams, someone I'd consider. Who else is there? Daniel House Jr. was really one of the better players for the Rockets the other night. He's someone that could really change the dynamic off the bench for them. So he's someone I consider too. He's going to be up against a lot of the young Miami players here, so it should be an easier time for him to score, and he's a high flyer. Admiral Schofield, someone I'd consider too, but not too high on any of these guys to be honest, but I'd consider them. As we get more news and lineup information, I'd kind of round that down more, but Derek Favors at 4,300, if he's going to be starting, definitely, I like that. If some of the other guys are being benched than James on the 76ers, then James Ennis I like too, 4,300, he should be seeing extended minutes. Jared Allen and Taurean Prince at this price, man, these guys both are starters, so they should be seeing extended minutes here. The Nets, again, haven't seen a lot of proper preseason runs, so it's a good opportunity for them to get these guys some proper run in there. I like a lot of the power forwards here. Their price is really cheap. So the Siakam and Randall, I'm not, again, the news is really key for me on the Siakam. If they're getting a dress rehearsal here, then yeah, Siakam's definitely in play for me. He's the go-to guy for the Raptors. He's going to be seeing the ball a lot now with Kawhi gone even more. So Siakam's the guy. But if they're not playing it as a dress rehearsal and they're going to conserve some of these guys for the preseason opener on Tuesday, then yeah, I'd rather just pay down here. And Thomas Bryant would be probably the safest guy I like playing. So yeah, on to the centers. Joel Embiid is in play for me. If he plays, I don't know if he plays. He's played the last two games when some of the other starters have sat out. So I have a strong feeling that Embiid gets benched here. So can't play him. Might stick Siakam here. Dwight Howard would be in play for me, sure. Brandon Clark, I don't know. He only really went off that one game because Jaren Jackson got into foul trouble, and now Jaren Jackson's price is elevated here too, so I don't really know about that. Capella could be in play for me. He didn't have a really good game, but at the same time, Capella didn't look like he was 100%. He was moving like a step behind, a step too slow, in my opinion. So I'm not really confident at playing him. If we do find out that there is nothing wrong with him and that was just a bad game, then sure. If you're thinking like that, then yeah, Capella's in play. He's gonna be up against who's he really gonna Kelly Olynyk, right? Like I think they rest Bam tomorrow, but Kelly Olynyk would be the guy Capella's going up against, and I like that matchup. Bam, on the other hand, if he's playing, definitely in play for me. I kind of like to personally see how that matches up, Capella versus Bam. But I don't think they play Bam. Draymond Green's last chance, as I said, to really get his shooting going. Not too high on Draymond Green, but I do like the fact that it's the last game of the night, and he's probably gonna be really low owned. And if he does good, then we'll see. Gotta keep an eye on the news here. So far, it doesn't really say what's going to happen with the last game of the preseason, but I have a feeling they only play the first half, and that's about it. Thomas Bryant, again, one of my more favorable plays here at the center spot. And sorry, Jared Allen is no longer a starter for the Brooklyn Nets. I'm pretty sure it's DeAndre Jordan, and DeAndre Jordan at 5,300 is very damn cheap. He's a very efficient guy. He can get it done in a short amount of time, so someone I would definitely consider playing tomorrow at 5,300. McGee's in play. Portis is in GPP play. I'm not too keen on these guys. Gasol can get hot at 4,800. I'd play him, but I don't think he sees that many minutes. Mitchell Robinson, again, has yet to have a really good game. Poto has been seeing starter minutes, and he's a younger guy, so he could see extended run here. Mo Wagner, another one of my favorable players, and Jared Allen is still a play at 4,400. He's gonna be one of the first guys off the bench. So don't get it twisted when I said he's no longer a starter. He's still in play, but DeAndre Jordan at 5,300 is also in play for me. Derek Favor at 4,300 is not that bad, pretty good in my opinion. And yeah, that would probably do it for me, guys. So now let's just create a quick lineup. So Harden's a lock for me. I already said that. Westbrook's also a lock for me. So I'm just gonna start with these two guys. I really like these two guys. And then tomorrow, someone else I really like tomorrow, knowing that these guys, or expecting that Butler and these guys don't play, is Kendrick Nunn. This guy should be shooting the ball a lot, and if he gets hot, that's all I want. I want him to get hot with it. That's it. What else we got here? On the Washington side, I'm just gonna stick in Thomas Bryant. Centers. Now, do I want to pay down for a center here? Do I want to just go with someone? I think I go with DeAndre Jordan. And then small forward. Are there any cheap small forwards here? I guess if the 76ers are resting their guys, which I'm pretty sure they are, then James Ennis at 4,300 would definitely be someone I would highly consider. Who else? 5,400, Karis LeVert. Oh shit, there's also Taurean Prince. You know what? Sorry, James Ennis. I gotta go with Karis LeVert, and I gotta go with Taurean Prince. That leaves me with 7K. LaMarcus Aldridge, I don't really expect him to see too much run. I like Lonzo tomorrow for sure. RJ Barrett. Yeah, RJ Barrett's in line 2 tomorrow to see extended run here. This is my first lineup, guys. Like, this is just like making this in like a minute. Okay, let's just see what we can do. Let me just take out Kendrick Nunn. Let's see what we can get instead of him after. Let me just stick in a guard that I feel good about. So Dejounte Murray against Memphis, second string, I really like. I'm just hoping they don't see like reduced minutes here again in a meaningless matchup. He's been playing well enough where I could see Pop just like not really going with them. This matchup is probably the matchup I do want to target, but I do feel like New Orleans is going to bench their starter, so I'm not playing Lonzo with that in mind. So I'm going with RJ Barrett, who I feel like is going to be seeing more minutes anyways. Someone else now I need for 5,400. Let's go with Tyler Hero. He should definitely be seeing minutes tomorrow. So this would probably be a first look lineup for me tomorrow. If I do say so myself, I love this lineup. It has a lot of potential. Lots of upside here. Lots of upside. I do got 3 Brooklyn guys. I have no problem with that. Lots of upside here for sure. Definitely something I'm safe with playing here. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Last preseason game. Like, comment, and subscribe if you've been with me, or if you're here new. I'd really appreciate it. Best of luck, and look for me in the regular season. Thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate everyone that subscribed. Thank you, guys. Take care. Bye bye.